got a nice patch of hair coming out off the top of the little shirt there. You're quite a hairy man. Oh, now he doesn't want to show.
Yeah, and it's bad enough at the top on the back too, I can tell you.
Welcome to Burning Questions. Match confusion is reigning right at the minute. You've joined us at a very good time. And by the way, whether you're celebrating a win or shoveling in the stables, you want your staff to look their very best. And you do that with uniforms from Hip Pocket and Workwear and Safety. They have you covered for clothing, protective equipment, and plenty more. Check out hippocketworkwear.com.au. Welcome to everybody. Skeet, we just had one of the producers at SEN. He thinks you're going to the Brownlow. I told him this isn't the Brownlow night. So why are you dressed up to the nines?
Oh, well, Burning Questions has just become so big on that I thought I had to dress up for the occasion. But no, we've got the Angelique Club luncheon pretty much as soon as we wrap up recording here. So heading off to that, they obviously do a great job promoting women in racing. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
I'm not typically an earrings man, Andy, but I really like those earrings. I don't know why I'm drawn to the earrings. They're nice earrings. I don't normally notice earrings, but are you a fan of the earrings? Andy, do you like the earrings?
Oh, it's Scotty's earrings. Yeah.
Scotty's earrings. No, I'm talking about Dunny's earrings.
I don't know. I can't tell whether or not.
I was almost doing Seinfeld then. I like the earrings. Do you like the earrings, Andy? The earrings? I'm big on the earrings. And Aaron Dunn's with us as well. How are you, Dunny?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Pretty good. And don't worry, there's no questions about APG. We're just going to do a little sponsorship thing there. So sort that out later on. Question 1, and we'll start with you, Dunny. Are Spellbound and Maajida the dominant forces that this week's Silver Chalice market would have us believe? So they're very, very short, the two of them. I don't know about it all. What do you reckon?
Well, it's all about the run you get at times, but they have been, well, Maajida's was a great run last start, but, you know, I think there's probably a few others in there that'll be in the mix and they've got to get into it. And, you know, Spellbound you could probably question her run. She could have run on a bit better last start, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Dunny hasn't really gone with me. He hasn't really stayed at home. He's sort of gone, we'll go for a run halfway up the pitch, and if he gets me run out, that's fine. Andy, what are your thoughts here? Like, they're $1.70 and $2.20 or something like that. Yes, they're better than the others, but I don't know that Spellbound's in great shape at the moment and Maajida's drawn awkwardly.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's no doubt they're the best two perform mares in the race, but they both got bad draws to contend with. And Maajida's been going well, but she's only been able to win one race this time in, and she had the perfect run fence behind the leader. So, you know, the Pantheist has shown it's up to this class, and even Belladonna Girl, you know, having a victory over Amazing Dream and Techni's Angel. So, again, the market suggests they're the top two, but, you know, they're probably, I think the market's probably got them both too short and the others too long, in my opinion.
If I said to you I was deeply considering having $10 each on Final Piece and Belladonna Girl at 50 to 1 apiece, what would you say to me, Andrew?
I'd say that's good betting, Jason.
I think it's good betting as well, Skeeter, and now I feel even more confidence and my voice is going to get deeper and raspier. What are your thoughts here? Are you going against us, or are you thinking that this is a little bit more open race, this Silver Chalice, than the market would have us believe?
Yeah, look, it is a little bit awkward, the draws, isn't it? And Spellbound, I thought, was a bit disappointing last time out. So only, you know, not long after, I think you've got to have a bit of a question mark around her. Maajida was good, but as Andy said, did have the perfect trip. But I just get the feeling that she's building this campaign. So the Pantheist isn't all that far behind. She's had a fantastic preparation. So it's they're not over the line, that is for sure. But I'm sticking with Maajida this week.
I even feel like, so the Pantheist is third favourite. I even feel like she's not going as well as she can. Dunny, Spellbound's been here long enough that we've built up an Australian profile. I get the feeling you can't use her at all early, and she's probably best in the first couple of runs of her preparation. Like, there's things against her, isn't there? And she had a hard run last week.
Yeah, well, she did a few things wrong when she won at Geelong and still won, but come from behind. And look, to be honest, I probably haven't really watched her other two runs greatly, and I've probably got to do a bit more form than you blokes when I go into this Burning Questions. But yeah, I had a look at the last run and I thought, well, even though that was against the free falls, I thought she still could have done a bit more. So yeah, look, those other horses, it's always the run you get, and you know, if they do a bit too much work, one of those ones sitting off them could easily win. And that bet. I'm probably one I don't bet very often. If I bet, I like to bet with a bit of value. So those bets you've had are well and truly good bets.
Well, I haven't had them yet. I needed some advice, and now that I've got the confidence I need, I will be going to have them. But hopefully the prices don't change. And don't start doing Gareth Halls. Nikkita's with us. Gareth, when I was on with Kirsten Graham for the British Grand Finals, he kept on saying, "Back to you, boys. There's a girl there, all right? So remember, there's a female in the studio, Dunny. All right, question 2, brought to us by the Fresh Connection, who export fresh fruit to more than 35 countries, Peter Dacos. Headed up by Damien Glengarry. Does he do a good job? Oh, he does a wonderful job. He's the expert manager, and he does a magnificent job. The Fresh Connection specialise in citrus, table grapes, cherries, and mangoes. It's mango weather. Freshconnection.com.au. Hey, Andy. Now, I've been a little bit cheeky with this one, okay, because I know he's there to win, but the question says, and I wrote it, is Tornado Valley here to take a millionaire's victory lap, or is he here to win? Now, I know he's here to win, but I thought $1.40, unless you can convince me otherwise, I thought $1.40 was insane.
No, $1.40 is insane. Again, he's there to win. He's not there to break the $1 million barrier. As much as we think he deserves it, and we know he's going to do it, whether he finishes first or last. But been really happy with him. His work's been really good. This race sort of come along a little bit sooner than what we thought, and didn't think he'd be quite ready for it. But his work suggests that he is ready for it. So yeah, we expect him to go close to his best. You know, we know he hasn't won in his last 4 starts, but he's been placed in 3 of them. They haven't been horrendous runs. He had to do some work in some of them. Last start, he was disappointing. He did lead, and he was travelling really good up to the home turn, but he struggled up the home straight. There's probably a few little reasons why that happened. So it seems very well, seems very healthy, and you know, we expect you're going to see a pretty good version of Tornado Valley on Saturday night. And yeah, I'd love to see him crack the $1 million, but especially with a win.
Yeah, hopefully he does win. Now, nobody, I don't reckon, there's no trainer I've ever met that knows how their horses are going, particularly first up from a break, than you. But I'm wondering, is he the kind of horse you go to a Great Southern Star Series and you create history and you don't know 100% what you're going to get? Going into his last couple of runs, you don't know what you're going to get. And even on Saturday night, you're hopeful, but you can't be overconfident. He could be working exactly the same all the way through leading up to those runs, but you just got to wait and see what happens race day.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, there's a few times not going to go his best, and he does, and other times it works the other way. But he's very well in himself. He's very healthy. He's got no issues at the moment. He's sound. He's really well. So he's a horse that's fit enough to go to the races and healthy enough to go to the races, and his work's been A+. So, but saying that, I'll be a nervous man watching anyway. So again, when you have good horses like him, you don't like to embarrass them or see them go below their best, and you get a little bit disappointed when that happens. So hopefully he can put his best foot forward.
I'm glad I won't be on track, because I've seen you when it's been a moderate race and you can be pretty wired, Andy. So I'm glad I won't be anywhere near you, because punches could be thrown. Dunny, what do you reckon? Tornado Valley, he's $1.40. We all want to see him win. He's a champion. He deserves it. I think you'd have to have, something slightly wrong in the coconut to back him at $1.40 personally.
Yeah, he probably is a fraction short because he's probably mixed his form. But, really, I probably think we just got to listen to what Andy said there. And, to me, maybe they might have retired him after he won the million. If he won, I think he's done a great job, but I don't know whether that's in the pipeline. But, yeah, he's good enough if he goes his best. And like that time, I forget what that race was. We thought he was gone, and he put in a huge effort, didn't he, and won. So, yeah. I think we just got to go by the trainer himself. Yeah,
well, that was the Great Southern Star, and it's going to be on. Andy's gravestone. They've already actually pre-prepared it. Trainer of Tornado Valley to win the Great Southern Star first up from a break. Skater, your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I'm probably with everyone. I think he's a little bit too short at the $1.40. However, he is a champion, and we know his record in front. And I think in this field, he should be able to work his way to the top. So, like everyone, I'd absolutely love him to win the race, to crack the $1 million mark. We know not many trotters have done it, so it is a massive achievement. He's been such a champion horse for a long period of time. So I'm hoping, more than probably confident, that he can find the top and win from there. But we know at his best how good he is. So I think he's a massive chance of winning, and I do have him on top.
And Skeeter, in those, I can't get my eyes off those earrings. That just stunning, the earrings. I love the earrings. Where are you going again? Angelique Club Function?
Yep.
Any more you'd like to add, or
Oh, no, it's at the MCG, I think.
you think?
Yeah.
I would check that if I were you. All right, question 3, brought to you by Australian Pacing Gold. We still haven't got a live read, but they're just amazing. We love everything about Australian Pacing Gold. I'm going to be doing a little bit of an ambassadorial role for the team in the lead up to the sales, and hopefully getting up to Brisbane as well, such as the esteem in which I'm held these days. All right, question 3. Just how good is Interject, and will Gate 1 prove blessing or curse, Skeeter?
I think she's very good, Bon. Obviously, we've only seen her twice, but she's been pretty dominant on both occasions. I think it could be a little bit of a curse, but just in saying that, we haven't seen gate speed. She hasn't been asked. It's not like she's been asked and hasn't shown any. So there might be some there. She could surprise us potentially, but in saying that, she does have quick horses drawn to her outside. Just Hope showed terrific gate speed in the Breeders' Crown, and Relentless Me as well gets out of the gate well. So no doubt there'll be a fair bit of pressure on early, but she, just on what we've seen and the way that she's done it, she's obviously still learning and will benefit from that race experience, but she could be a pretty special horse.
Yeah, I'll give complete glasnost here. When we were down at the stables of Emma Stewart and Clayton Tonkin going back a week ago, there was an off-air chat about Interject, and they did want to go in the Breeders' Crown, and I think they've got a very good opinion of this. I reckon sister of Mate Mine Cullen. Andy, I am concerned, though. There's a stack of gate speed. There's hard fit horses here who've been in the tough races. I think she's got her work cut out.
Yeah, again, there's no doubting her ability. She's been convincing winner both times, but a little bit, got a couple of quirks, can run out a little bit, and a couple of times hasn't been perfect in her gate. So Barrier 1's probably not ideal for her, but again, she's had a little bit more experience now, those couple of runs under her belt, but this is a really fast front row. But just depends how far, if she does get across, she still could be fenced behind the leader, so she's still in the race, but no denying her ability, and I think she's going to be, really top filly going forward. But from Barrier 1, you'd probably risk her more than anything, I'd say.
I reckon, I don't know what price, but I reckon she's going to come up short, Dunny. And what Andy was talking about, that second run, she rolled out, and I'm thinking they've got to get off the inside here, because even if she's fenced behind leader, she might not want to go back to the inside. So there's a few little problems here, and it's a pretty strong race, as you'd expect for a youthful.
Yeah, that's right. And look, she'll probably, coming out of that stable, she's likely to improve leaps and bounds next start. And yeah, and they're able to get them out of the gate pretty good. But she is a bit bigger mare, and maybe from the number one, I would have liked to thought, if I had the old My Corona, which, she's been probably one of my biggest disappointments as far as when I brought her back in before I went to Queensland, I tipped her back out again, and she absolutely showed brilliant gate speed in those first two runs. And maybe it's a wide draw, but I'd like to think if I had the gate speed I'd shown in those two races where she won, she would have crossed them easy. But I'm just not sure where she's at. That's the only thing.
You can have a crack, Dunny, is what we're asking.
I'll go out for 50 anyway. I'll have to see what she's like. But yeah, look, it's frustrating because I just gave her those few runs. She ate, travelled perfect, done everything right, and then when I brought it, put her out for 6 weeks and brought it back, and just not the same horse. So I'm tearing my hair out over it.
Give Andy Gath a call, see if he's got any little secrets for you that might be able to help. Yeah, I'd take this. You're quite a hirsute, man. I didn't know that, Dunny. You've got a nice patch of hair coming out off the top of the little shirt there. You're quite a hairy man. Oh, now he doesn't want to show.
Yeah, nah, and it's bad enough at the top and the back too, I can tell you.
Fortunately, I'm quarter mouldy, so there's no hair anywhere. Anyway, we don't want to know about that. All right, question 4. The last of our burning questions is with thanks to Felvo Fruits, specialists in table grapes since the 1960s. That great new Beatles documentary out at the moment. Michael and Josie Felvo are keeping the tradition going, and everyone loves their grapes. Keep an eye out for Felvo Fruits. You know you'll love them. Question 4, and we've got to go to you first, Dunny. Will Bondi dominate the last, or is he vulnerable?
Well, I'd like to think I'm in a good stage. He's enjoyed his break. He's come back. He's he's probably worked the last 2 works. Mile rate's been as quick as you'd ever go on our track, and he's probably the other day I led and he's run a last half quicker than any horse has. And Silent Major sitting on me back, and he couldn't get me. So, and I think he's probably even, going a fraction better just now too. So, look, one of my concerns is probably Seb's choice, whether if I do burn the gate, whether he's going to hold me and then sit outside him, and that may just be that first, just may need that bit of racing to get him totally fit, but I've probably got him as good as I've got him. So, it's just maybe that couple of race fitnesses to go into the, this is sort of slightly a trial to go into the Vic Bred. So I don't really necessarily need a real gut buster, but it might top him off too.
Well, how do I say this? Here's a bit of bot advice here for you, Dunny. If you come out half, then Seb's choice might hold you. If you come out full, I don't reckon he's holding you. I reckon you're fine in the front. I think Bondi Lockdown will win regardless, Andy, but it's a tricky little race because there's three scenarios here. If Seb's choice does hold the lead and they sort of walk, then Seb's choice might be able to sprint home. If they go to walk through the middle stages, American Dealer might win. So it's a funny race, not a big field, but probably still three winning hopes.
Yeah, no, definitely. But Bondi Lockdown's, put a great season together already this season. And even though he had a bit of a break, he would have great residual fitness going out. So, and we know Aaron gets his horses, they're fit enough first up. So I don't think fitness will beat him. It'll be bad drives by you, Aaron, if you get beat. So
right. Fair enough. We'll put that down.
I just think it'd be too good for him. Whether he sits in the death or leads or not, he'll be able to control the race. And he's a great horse going forward. And he hasn't had much luck in a lot of his races. He's earned all his wins and probably going to have to do it again this week.
Don't get angry at Andy. He's gone to a relaxation wellness retreat. You can tell from the foliage in the background. He's got anger issues and he's working through them, but he's going to get a good rub and massage and go into that sleep deprivation chamber. He'll be fine soon. Next up,
I'll have to have a talk to him Saturday night about me bad drives and see where I can improve.
Skeeter, what do you reckon? I think Bondi Lockdown wins. I'm more thinking about what price I want to take.
Yeah, look, I've got him on top as well, Bon. But I don't think he's over the line just with American Dealer. I think he's having a much better prep, but he will need a few things to go his way. And Seb's choice was amazing last time. So that is probably the small query. If Bondi Lockdown can find the front, he's going to be awfully hard to beat. But if there is a chance that Seb's choice kicks up and he's got to be parked, it could bring a horse like American Dealer right into it. But 8 weeks between runs was probably my slight query, but Aaron seems to have plenty of confidence in how the horse is working. So, I think he is definitely the horse to beat.
The more we talk, the more I realise he's just going to crush him. Don't worry about it. He'll just win. Best bet for you, Skeeter.
Well, look, I thought it'd be too short, but I had a look at...
too short. You don't want it to be too short. Have you checked prices?
I had a look, and if we can get around the $2 that you mark Kafaji, I think he should be winning the 2-year-old youthful for the boys. He was outstanding last time, so I thought he may be a little bit shorter than that. So if he is, I think So What could be a little bit of a price. They keep putting her up a massive price, so on each way on So What in the first.
You're going to blame me if it's not the right price. Dunny, what's your best on the program, please, brother?
Well, I actually hadn't thought about the best, but look, I'll just put Bondi Lockdown again.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
It worked last time.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Dunny.
Well, now I've said that, it probably will. But like I said to Skeet, I've tipped 3, me best on to Gareth, and they've all won. So, but I never tip anyone a winner very often. So there you go.
You're the only bloke who's ever tipped Gareth the winner as well. So that's you're a genuine star.
Three to Gareth anyway when he's
rang me up
on the when he's rang me up on the radio.
He's and he's made money out of that, and then still found a way to lose it just like I do. All right, Andy, what's your best? Come on, Aussie, come on. What's the best?
I hope I'm not taking your glory here, but I'm going to go Dennis William. Even though he's back row draw, I just think there's not a lot of depth in the race, and I just think it'd be too good for him.
Ever since you started agreeing with me, it's like we're both drowning. It's like you've come to save me drowning, and now I'm pulling you down. Because the person who comes in to save the person drowning never survives. Sometimes the drowning person gets out, but never go in to save them. I'm going Dennis William as well. And weirdly enough, if I was going to have a little multi, my other best is Kafaji. I think it'll lead and win. And I think with interest free in the race, it can't start too short. But Dennis William, I told you he was a good horse. That's been Burning Questions. Well done to Aaron Dunn. Well done to Andy Gath. Well done to Nikkita Ross. And well done to Jason Bonnington, because this is an earlier Burning Questions than normal. It's like 10:50, but to me, that's 7 o'clock in the morning. So I feel I've really performed. Well done, everyone. We'll do Burning Questions again next week. Hopefully, Andy Gath and I have a best bet winner to celebrate next time around.